And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gents. It's the boy Casanova from Orlando, Florida, on this awesome and international podcast, Good Wine and Great Laugh, Season 7, Episode number 10. And once again, today, ladies and gents, another summary of an awesome episode. And today is Saturday, October 7th, 2023. And the weather here in Orlando will be with the partly cloudy skies and a slight chance of rain showers later today. Highs of 89, lows of 66, ladies and gents. And before I jump right on to the summary of today's podcast and today's topic, I gotta talk about the wine of the day, ladies and gents. And today we are going to Portugal. So I was doing my search, and I found that's the third wine, the second wine when I went to total wine that I have in this podcast. Last week was a Greek wine. Today is a Portuguese wine, and next Saturday is going to be a French wine, ladies and gents. That I'll talk about the next wine next Saturday. So let's talk about today's wine right here. And like I said, every time there has a white label, the image is not perfect, but like I said before, if you look on all my social medias over there, you're going to see a very clear picture of the wine of the day with the season 7 episode number 10. That's the picture of this bottle. Very clear that if you like to what you're going to hear about my 2 cents and my review about this wine, you're more than welcome to look to all my social media, find the picture, and go to the wine store to see if you like it. So, once again, it's called Quinta das Carvalhas. It's a white blend, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I select this wine, because I drink many type of red blend, but I never seen a white blend in my experience. So, it says right here is a vintage of 2021. And alcohol percentage per volume is 13%. And according to the label in the back, say Quinta das Carvalhas is the most emblematic and spectacular property in the Douro Valley. Written reference about this magnificent estate can be traced back to 1759. So the grapes that are used here is 35% Viocinho, 25% of Moscatel Galego Branco, 20% of Gouveia, 10% of Arinto, and 10% of Fernão Pires. It says here, enjoy this fresh style and delicious wine on any occasion, served with fish, seafood, and curry dishes and salad. So let's see what this white wine is all about. This white blend right here, and I'll let you know what this wine is all about. Let's see if it's delicious like they say it is. Okay. It's a very good white wine, ladies and gentlemen. For those that like Pinot Grigio, you will definitely love this white blend. Pretty good. All right, ladies and on my rate as far as the wine is concerned, I'll give a 9. And for those that listen to my podcast for a long time, you already know that white wine is not my cup of tea. That's not my preference. I prefer red wine, but It's not about me. It's about share the information of all type of wine that I can encounter and share this information with you and let you decide if you like my review about this wine, if you like to purchase this bottle of wine, try yourself. That's why I always have the picture of it, because the people ask for some name. You make it easy if you have the picture. If you go to the cell, any wine store, say, I'm looking for this wine right here. Boom. If they have it, they let you know right away. And I find this wine here in Orlando at Total Wine. So today's topic is, the summary of today's episode is going to be Kevin McCarthy. He's no longer the U.S. House Speaker, ladies and gentlemen. So for those that did not pay attention to what's going on this past week, all right, Kevin McCarthy ended up being the situation that was with Matt Gaetz, another jackass in Florida. He's basically a spoiled brat. You know, that the father gave everything that he wants, probably the parents gave to him. You know, he has a record of DUI here in Florida, and his father was in some kind of politics, local politics, and probably facilitate him to not catch no charge, but has a mugshot of him here in Florida. You know, very obnoxious person. Probably you heard about his mouth, run his mouth with the nonsense. But I don't know if you remember, in January when they tried to vote for the Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy had to go through 15 rounds, the longest rounds in the U.S. history. And once again, Matt Gaetz was on his ass about that. So I don't know what, some kind of compromise that happened behind the doors. That also, Matt Gaetz finally decided to vote for Kevin McCarthy so he could become the Speaker of the House. But I think one of the conditions they have on that deal is that anybody that is not satisfied with what Kevin McCarthy is doing can put a vote on the floor to kick his behind out. And that's what happened. You know, was the issue of the government shut down. The Democrats finally got some deal with Kevin McCarthy to keep the government open for 40 to 45 days. And then on a Saturday, the previous Saturday, and then on Sunday, here comes Kevin McCarthy run his mouth, and the Sunday shows run their mouth, talk about the problem was the Democrats that tried to shut down the government. And then when Matt Gaetz put the vote on the floor, 7 more Republicans now voted to kick his behind out. And guess what? He thought he was going to get some support from the Democrats, and said, you have no integrity. Your word doesn't mean a thing. Your word and nothing is the same, Kevin. So Kevin got the boot. You're going to listen to some great report on 2 networks. One is the Martin Unfiltered, Roland Unfiltered, and also I'm not on the block 2. You're going to see some great report from MSNBC about who Kevin McCarthy, the history of Kevin McCarthy, and who he is. Kevin McCarthy has no balls. All right? He's a flip-flopper all the time. You know, one time on January 6th, he was there talking about Trump is guilty, is responsible. 2 days later, he was there bending his knee and kissing Trump's ring. You know, he said before, when Trump was about to get his indictment, his impeachment, he said, should not no impeachment should be continue if there's no vote in the House. And then all of a sudden now he flip-flop, and then they tried to impeach Biden with a bunch of lies, and there was no vote on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sick of Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy, for me, there's no value. His word, like I said, doesn't mean anything. That man has no integrity. That man has no balls. Now it's a cat fight between the GOP and over there, and it's showing that the GOP, ladies and gentlemen, they cannot govern. All they care about is power and money. Keep the position they got to get the money that they get. and much, much more. And one thing that for the close ball between the close government or not, one of the bills things that was trying to slip in the bills to keep the government open is because the Republicans tried to pass, a raise to themselves. But they got caught because people, the Democrats, people, they're reading what they try to put in the bill to keep the government open. They want a raise. Like I say, they make over $100,000 per House of Representatives. And they do not work half of you and I work. You know what I'm saying? Now his folks, and another thing too, if the government shuts down, guess what? Who's still getting paid? They still get paid. Meanwhile, all the military, the people, the TSA, all the ATC, the people that work air traffic control, and all this, the Coast Guard, none of that. They still have to work, but there's no money. And people that work in museums, national parks, and all that. And so it's crazy. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? So listen to this podcast for today. You're going to hear more information about who Kevin is. And awesome. I hope it's time for you to wake up and see that who is there for the people. Do I agree with everything that the Democrats do? No. But the new Democrat Party right now, especially the leadership of Hakeem Jeffrey, they are focused on help the people. Another thing too, they try to cut down the expense. That's the thing that really pissed me off. They're always talking about, let's preserve life. Abortion is a sin. You gotta protect the life of the babies. But one of the things that they want to cut is money to feed the babies, to feed children. Government assistance to feed the poor mothers and poor children. They want to cut that. So, what kind of pro-life are you? They're now to attack the school lunches and I try to cut money to help poor mothers to feed their children. That hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're not seeing that yet, ladies and gents, shame on you. Because there's only one party right now that is focused and try to do things for the people. And that's the Democrat Party. If you still drink the Kool-Aid from the Republicans, they are about fear-mongering and hate each other. I feel sorry for you. I really do. As a matter of fact, let me just drink a little bit more wine. For your sorry ass. All right, listen. So once again, this is what the podcast is all about. The link to listen to the podcast, today's episode, and take you directly to Spotify is free. There's no charge. Or also, if you don't like to, click on the link, but you listen to podcasts in all other platforms such as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and so many avenues. Amazon Music is there too. My podcast is there, so you can listen to while you're driving, while you're cooking, while you hang out with your friends. I have over close to 130 episodes right now with different topics since I started in 2020. August 26, 2020, with all varieties of things for you that you listen for topics that touch you all, my life, our lives, directly or indirectly. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Casanova. Please be safe, be kind, and be blessed, and do the best what you can do, with what you got. And Monday is my birthday, so I'm celebrating and relax. Now today, tomorrow, and Monday, because one thing that I do is not work on my birthday. That's every time that my job has, let's work for vacation for next year. The first week that I will speak is my birthday week, because I refuse to deal with anything related to my job on my day. I see you next Saturday. And if you like this podcast and want to help me out as a birthday gift, just help me to increase the number of subscribers to this channel. Click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, ladies and gents, and send this link to this podcast YouTube channel, or as well the link for the podcast episode that you're going to listen to your friends and family. And that's the only support that I'm asking you to do. I will never ask for your money. Just once again, click on the subscribe button, click on the share button to share all this information. And once again, thank you very much. I'll see you next Saturday.
Coming with the put up for the #1 spot. Pushing my rap like the pusher on the block. Holding my down, sucker rappers get lost. Coming from the bottom, moving straight to the top. Coming with the